All right, let's go to the naturally inspired moment. 5 signs you're letting other people convince you your goals aren't possible. Do you experience this? Do you have like this vision for your future, and you tell people about it maybe, and they kind of, yeah, okay. Do you experience that, or do you, or even the subtle, oh, are you going to do that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's good for you. Good for you. Right? Do you ever experience that? Well, it can really get you off path. It can deflate you. It can make you feel like things aren't possible. So here today for Naturally Inspired Moment, I want to talk about 5 signs you're letting other people convince you your goals aren't possible. Number 1, you start to downsize your vision. If you notice yourself shrinking your goals to make them sound more, quote, reasonable to others, you may be letting their doubts replace your own belief. Okay. Number 2, you hesitate before speaking your dreams. So when you pause or you self-edit before sharing what you want because you fear judgment, it's a sign outside voices are weighing heavier than your inner voice and weighing heavier than they should. Way too much value being put on what other people think. Because the truth is, they don't think. They don't think. They may hear it in passing. You say something and they're like, oh yeah, that seems unachievable or whatever they're thinking inside their head. And then it's over. It's not like they're going home and laying in bed at night thinking, they'll never achieve their dreams. They don't give it another thought. They may think it in the moment. Who cares? Who cares? But you take it and you internalize it and you think, oh my gosh, what are they thinking? They think I can't do it. And then it starts to, you start to shrink your own vision. Meanwhile, they've moved on. They haven't given it another thought. So why are you? Number 3, you hear their words in your head. If the first thought that comes up when you imagine taking action is someone else's criticism of you and not your own conviction, you're carrying their limitations as your own. It's their belief system, not yours. And you're letting it seep into your own belief system out of fear of judgment. Number 4, you delay action. So when someone says it's not possible and you find yourself stalling or waiting for permission or proof, or you're letting their doubts slow your momentum, that's a good sign. I mean, why do we let other people's opinions of us control us so much? You have to really ask yourself that, because ultimately they're not living your life. They're not paying your bills. I can guarantee you that. They're not going on your trips. They're not having to deal with your kids. They're not having to drive your car. They're not having, So why do we care so much about what other people think about us? We got to do a self-check from time to time, because a lot of times we'll say, oh, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to start. I'm going to do that next month. I'm not quite ready yet. Guess what? You will never be ready. You will never feel like, okay, I'm totally ready. I'm 100% confident. I know this is you're never going to feel that way. Because starting something new is difficult. The thing is that, it's not that you lack confidence, right? It's like, I'm waiting for the confidence to start this. I'm waiting till I'm ready. The thing is that confidence doesn't come without practice. So to think you're going to wait till you're confident to start something, or wait till you're ready to start something, it's not going to happen. Because the only way you become confident, the only way you feel ready, is when you've practiced it. So you're unpracticed when you start something new. Everybody is. That's because it's new. It's because it's new. So the trick is getting your courage up to just do it anyway. Just do it anyway so that you can get practiced. It's the only way to get practiced is to push through and do it. Number 5, you feel the need to defend yourself constantly. So if you're always explaining or justifying your goals instead of walking confidently toward them, you're giving more power to the opinions of others than to your vision. I see people do this all the time. I'm doing this because of that. Just do it. You don't got to justify it to anybody. Just put your mind to it and get out there and start doing it. You're going to suck maybe at first. Maybe you won't. I don't know. Maybe, when I start things, I usually suck. It takes me a while to get better at it. And I'm constantly trying to improve. And that's just my pattern throughout my entire life. I'm not that great at things when I first start them. I get better as I go through. Maybe you're lucky enough that you start out pretty good, and then after you've practiced a few times, you're excellent, or you're at master level. But most of us, we're not that lucky. We start out shaky. We start out nervous. We start out like, well, how's this going to work? We question ourselves, and you just got to say, shut up. Tell yourself, that voice inside yourself, just shut up and do it anyway. Because the more practice you get, the more confidence you get. And there is no substitute for practice. So it doesn't matter what other people think, because the truth of the matter is they aren't really thinking about it. They think about it for a fleeting moment, and then it probably never crosses their mind again. That's the truth. It can be a little bit more complex with people we love. But you know what? The good news is that if you're happy and enjoying the process of what you're doing, whether you're good at it or not, most people that love you can sense that happiness that you're getting, and they'll be happy for you too. They'll stop judging you, and they'll realize, well, I like seeing them happy. And that's more important to me than any of my judgment. So what you can do is write down your biggest goal. Okay. And I know a lot of people say this, but I think it's really important to put pen to paper. There's some science behind that. And I know, you can, when you're actually involved in it, there's just some science about how you're, declaring it. And, it's kind of like making a list. When you make a list and it feels so satisfying, when you can check things off your list, it's the same thing. Write down your biggest goal, circle it, draw a box around it, and label the box other people's opinions. Then cross out the box, because it doesn't have to live there, right? It doesn't have to live in other people's minds. Their opinion of it doesn't matter. It's your opinion that matters. And it's your life that you're going to be living and getting up to live every day, not them. So really some big things to get over there with caring too much about what other people think. I think it leads into social media too. And that's why a lot of people are so inauthentic on social media. Because they're trying to meet up to a standard that they think other people see them as. It's not true. Stick to your vision. 5 signs you're letting other people convince you your goals aren't possible. We'll be right back for hour 2.